For a time there, he felt isolated in his home on Bigelow Avenue in Olympia, detached from everything, borderline depressed. The world seemed dark and divided. Wintertime didn't help. Chris Hyde had retired from his small business. He liked to cook, he played some guitar, and had friends and roommates. But there was a bigger lonesomeness to him that he couldn't shake. Then one day, he had an idea.
I really had what felt like an epiphany to me. It was this kind of whole body tingling feeling with the idea. I don't know how to explain it. It was almost otherworldly or something.
I want you to take a peek inside Chris's kitchen, where a feast for the eyes awaits. There's a wall of jars there, beans, grains, spices, and the like. There are peppers and potatoes in his kitchen, and browns and oranges and greens, the earth's bounty, all lined up. It's enough to make you want to take up painting.
What was the idea? What was the epiphany? What was the lightning bolt?
That giving soup away for free to your community is going to really do something.
Giving soup away for free.
And one of the parts of it was, don't worry, just take action, just start it, just do it.
You need to know what kind of soup we're talking about here. He keeps a bunch of recipes on the wall. Chris cuts. He dices. He pours.
So the soup I'm making is probably the most popular soup, and it's East African peanut soup.
Some veggies are sautéed, others are roasted.
One of my secrets, soup-wise, is caramelization for vegetables. It's so important.
The man cooks his own vegetable stock for 18 hours.
Good soup, in my opinion, it takes time.
His soups are clean and fresh. They are what Chris Hyde offers to his neighborhood and the world. They are his art.
Is the soup good?
The soup is good. Yeah, I seem to have a flair for it. Part of what I want to do is make sure that it's really nutritious, really delicious, and available to anybody who wants or needs it.
He makes between 25 and 35 portions of soup every day, 5 days a week.
There's a real need for people connecting in a non-virtual way, not just like posting stuff on social media.
He puts the stuff in containers, and he places the containers on the porch in front of his house. Then he gets on Facebook and lets everybody know about the soup of the day. Within minutes, a wonderful thing happens. People show up.
And the hardest thing for me was to get people to actually take the soup, because they thought it was like kind of a soup line or soup kitchen model where it was for low-income people or homeless people. But that's an aspect of what I do, but different than that, what I wanted to do was to make a group that would serve everybody. It's amazing.
People drop off beans and vegetables at the house now. They drop off grocery store gift certificates. Something is happening in Olympia.
I've had some somewhat sketchy people who show up and are just like so thankful, and then later on, they'll drop off a box with some onions and carrots in it.
The soup that doesn't get taken ends up in what he calls his soup library. Some would call it a freezer. I wonder if maybe the thing that's happening isn't even really about the soup at all. Maybe it's about a different kind of hunger, about belonging and sharing. Chris calls it a sacred circle of giving and receiving.
People love the idea of getting gifted delicious, hot soup that kind of fills their belly, but also fills their soul on some level.
There we go.
There it is.
I got 2 because I'm taking 1 to a neighbor.
Soul food to go.
Thanks, Chris.
Right there on a man's front porch. And remember that guy who felt consumed by the big lonesomeness, the borderline depression? That guy is gone.
What have you gotten from this? What has it done for you?
That's a good question. I don't think I've ever been happier in my entire life. There's something about the process. I just feel like I'm vibrating at a higher level than I have been for a long time.
It's all there on Bigelow Avenue in Olympia. An open heart, food for thought, and a good man saved by good soup.